Pause this video right now. I'm serious, because what I'm about to tell you, Pennywise doesn't want you to know. Imagine this. You're alone, maybe in a basement, maybe walking home at night, and then you see him, Pennywise, standing there in the shadows, head tilted, that smile spreading impossibly wide. Your heart stops. Every instinct screams, run. But here's the thing, running is exactly what gets you killed. You think he's just a clown? Wrong. You think you kill him by not being afraid? That's what it wants you to believe. The truth is so much darker, and so much weirder. Pennywise is a cosmic parasite older than Earth itself. He's fought gods. He's devoured entire civilizations. But here's the insane part. He's terrified of you. Not you specifically, but what you represent. And the way to kill him? It involves biting into his consciousness, traveling to the edge of reality, and confronting literal balls of orange light that make you go insane. Oh, and there's a giant space turtle that vomited out our galaxy who might help you. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly how to survive if you're face to face with it. You'll understand the ritual of Chud, and you'll discover the one person Pennywise fears more than death itself. But first, you need to know what to do in that terrifying moment when he's standing right in front of you. Because your first move? It determines if you live or die. Your survival guide, the first move. Okay, so you're in that moment. Pennywise is right there. Most people freeze, some people run. Both are death sentences. So what's the move that actually keeps you alive? Here's your survival playbook, and this comes straight from how the Losers Club survived their first encounters. The 3 phases of a Pennywise attack. Phase 1, the stalk. He's been watching you. For days, maybe weeks. He knows what you're afraid of. He's already inside your head, learning your fears like a chef reading a recipe. Phase 2, the isolation. He only strikes when you're alone. No witnesses, no help coming. This is when most people panic and run straight into his trap. Phase 3, the feed. Once you're terrified enough, seasoned with fear, that's when he eats. So here's what the survivors did and what you need to do. The 5 rules that save your life. Rule 1, don't run. Running triggers his predator instinct. You become prey, stand your ground. Rule 2, believe in your weapon. Got a baseball bat? A rock? Your bare fists? Doesn't matter. What matters is that you believe it can hurt him. Remember, it operates on the law of belief. If you truly believe your car keys can stab through his eye, they will. Rule 3, call for help, out loud. Scream for your friends, your family, anyone. It thrives on isolation. The moment another person arrives, his power splits, weakens. Rule 4, fight back immediately. The losers survived because they attacked first. Bill hit him with a slingshot. Bev stabbed him with a fence post. The weapon doesn't matter. The willingness to fight does. Rule 5, watch for the bleed. The moment you hurt him, even a little, you'll see something that changes everything. He'll bleed, he'll stumble, he'll look scared. Because you just proved that he's not a god. He's something that can be hurt. And once you know that, you've already won half the battle. But to truly kill it, to end him permanently, you need to understand what you're actually fighting. Because that encounter you just survived, that was just the costume. What exactly is this thing? But to truly kill it, you need to understand what you're actually fighting. Because that clown you just faced, that's just a costume. A Halloween mask worn by something so ancient, so alien that your brain literally can't process what it really looks like. It comes from a dimension called the macroverse. It's a place outside time, outside space, where physics doesn't exist, and cosmic entities play games with galaxies like we play with marbles. The 3 forms of it. 1. The deadlights. This is its true form. Imagine if insanity had a physical shape. Orange, writhing lights that don't just kill you, they trap your soul in an eternal scream. In the book, when Bev looks into the deadlights, she describes floating in an endless orange void, watching herself die over and over again for what feels like centuries. 2. The spider. The closest thing human minds can comprehend as its physical body. But even calling it a spider is wrong. It's more like if a spider had 1,000 legs, each leg ending in razors, and its belly was full of rows and rows of teeth. Stephen King himself said it was the closest approximation to something that exists in too many dimensions at once. 3. The glamours. The shapes it takes. Pennywise, the dancing clown, is just its favorite mask because children's fear tastes the sweetest. Every 27 years, it wakes up hungry. And here's the twisted part, it doesn't just eat you, it seasons you first. It genuinely believes that when you're terrified, your body chemistry changes. Your adrenaline, your cortisol, your fear becomes literal salt on the meat. So it doesn't just kill, it traumatizes you for weeks, months, making you more and more afraid until you're perfectly salted. That's why it plays with its food. Who does Pennywise fear most? Now here's where it gets interesting. An entity that's existed for billions of years, that's wiped out entire planets. What could it possibly be afraid of? Fear. Number 1, the Losers Club. Individually, Bill, Bev, Richie, They're just kids. Pennywise could crush them, but together they become something called the Other. In Stephen King's mythology, there's a supreme being called Gan, basically the writer of all reality. And when the losers unite, they channel a tiny fraction of that creative force. Here's the key. It operates on the law of belief. If you believe something can hurt it can hurt it. When the losers stop believing in Pennywise's power, he literally starts shrinking. His teeth get smaller. His voice cracks. The cosmic predator becomes pathetic. This is why you need your friends if you're facing it. One person's belief is strong. 7 people's belief, that's unstoppable. Fear number 2, Maturin the turtle. Told you this gets weird. In the Stephen King multiverse, there's a cosmic turtle named Maturin. He's as old as it, maybe older. And get this, he created our universe by accident. He had a stomachache, threw up, and our entire galaxy came out. Pennywise hates Maturin, calls him old, lazy, disgusting. But that's just cosmic trash talk. The truth? It is terrified of Maturin's creative power. While it can only destroy and corrupt, Maturin creates. And creation will always be stronger than destruction. The turtle taught Bill the ritual of Chud. Without Maturin's guidance, the losers would have lost. Fear number 3, Bill Denbrough. The one human it fears. But if we're talking about one human being that Pennywise fears above all others, it's Bill Denbrough. Not because he's the strongest or the bravest, but because Bill is the writer. In the book, there's a moment where it looks into Bill's soul and sees something that makes even an ancient god hesitate. Bill has the ability to shape reality with his words, his imagination, his sheer stubborn will. Why does this terrify it? Because writers create. They build worlds. They give life to ideas. And it is a destroyer. Bill represents everything it hates: the power to create meaning out of chaos, hope out of fear. He enters the deadlights not once, but twice to hunt it down. And the second time, he goes in knowing he might never come back. That's the level of insanity or courage that actually scares Pennywise. The ritual of Chud, how to actually kill it. Alright, you've made it this far. Now I'm going to teach you something that most It fans don't know. In the movie, the losers basically bully Pennywise to death. They call him a clown, make him feel small, and boom, he's done. But in Stephen King's novel, the real way to kill it is called the ritual of Chud. And it's absolutely bonkers. Step 1, the tongue lock. You have to make physical contact with it, not with your hands, with your tongue. You and it interlock tongues. And then you tell jokes. Yes, seriously. You tell jokes back and forth until one of you laughs. This isn't a comedy show, it's a battle of wills disguised as absurdist theater. The first one to laugh loses their grip, and their consciousness becomes vulnerable. Step 2, the psychic journey. Once the link is established, your soul leaves your body. You're no longer in Derry, you're no longer on Earth. You're traveling through the macroverse, a dimension where time doesn't exist, where you can see every possible reality at once. In the book, Bill describes seeing the birth of the universe, the death of stars, civilizations rising and falling in the blink of an eye. And through it all, he's being pulled toward the deadlights like a moth to a flame. Step 3, the bite. Here's where it becomes a horror movie directed by Christopher Nolan. You have to bite into its consciousness. Not physically, metaphysically. You're attacking the very essence of what it is. This is pure willpower versus willpower. If your will is stronger, if your belief is unshakable, its form in the real world begins to weaken. Its spider body becomes vulnerable. Its power starts to crack. But if you hesitate, if you doubt for even a second, it drags you into the deadlights and you're trapped in screaming madness forever. Step 4, the heart. Once it is weakened, once the psychic link has done its damage, you have one final task. You must destroy its physical heart. Not with a weapon, not with silver bullets or magic swords, with your bare hands, fueled by love, by memory, by every good moment you've ever had with the people who matter most to you. Because in Stephen King's universe, love isn't just an emotion, it's a cosmic force. And it's the only thing strong enough to kill something born from hatred and fear. Why fear is its greatest weakness. So why does any of this work? Why can children defeat a god? Because Pennywise made one critical mistake. It chose to feed on fear. And fear is the most fragile emotion in existence. Think about it. When you were a kid, the monster under your bed was absolutely real. Your fear gave it power, gave it teeth, gave it claws. But the moment someone turned on the lights, the moment your mom checked under the bed and showed you there was nothing there, the monster vanished. Not because it was never real, but because you stopped believing in it. The ritual of Chud works because it forces you to confront your fear directly. No running, no hiding. You look into the abyss, and you bite back. And when you do that with people you love by your side, when you have friends who believe in you as much as you believe in them, you become unkillable. It thrives on isolation. It hunts children who are alone, bullied, abandoned. But the Losers Club is the opposite of isolation. They're proof that connection is stronger than corruption. That friendship can literally reshape reality. And that's why, in the end, Pennywise dies small. Not in some epic cosmic battle, but as a withered, pathetic thing, crushed under the weight of its own fear. because it finally understood what humans have known all along. The monster under the bed only has power if you give it a name. The truth about trauma. Here's the real reason it resonates with millions of people. Pennywise isn't just a monster, he's a metaphor. He represents trauma, the kind that follows you from childhood into adulthood. The kind that wakes up every 27 years or maybe every few months to remind you that you're still afraid. Still broken? Still that scared kid who couldn't fight back? And the only way to kill trauma? You have to go back. You have to face it. You have to look it in the eyes and say, "You don't own me anymore." That's the ritual of Chud in real life. Not tongues and psychic battles, but the courage to confront what hurt you with people who love you standing beside you. Because trauma tells you that you're alone, that you're weak, that you'll never escape. But the truth? The truth is that you're stronger than you think. And you don't have to face it alone. Your mission and the challenge. Oh, could you survive Derry? Could you face down a cosmic entity that's been feeding on fear since before humans existed? Here's what I want you to do. Think about the form Pennywise would take to scare you. Not a generic spider or clown, but the thing that actually keeps you up at night. The fear you don't talk about. Drop it in the comments right now. Let's see who's brave enough to name their monster. And if this deep dive into the macroverse blew your mind, if you learned something that made it even more terrifying, hit that subscribe button. Thanks for facing your fears with me today. Remember, the Losers Club survived because they stuck together. So bring your friends into this, share this video, build your own Losers Club. And whatever you do, stay out of the sewers. See you in 27 years.